we're going to go over how to properly fill out a form for doing a near miss. So you'll always go into incident report, and this form has a drop-down box with a bunch of different options for different incidents. So if I can find it, I'll go over that quickly. Yes, we have type. So if you're doing a near miss, you'll click on the near miss. If there's a vehicle incident, you click on the vehicle incident box. However, an incident's only ever classified if it resulted in equipment damage. So if you're towing somebody out of a spot where they're stuck, and let's say the tow rope snaps and cause damage to the truck, that would be a vehicle incident. However, a near miss would be, let's say you show up on a site and there's a hose, there's a hose stretched out, you don't notice it, and you're walking and you almost trip over it, or even if you do trip over it and you stumble, that'd be a near miss because it could have resulted in personal injury, which would be another form. Okay, so to do a near miss, you click on the near miss box. Although I guess when you open the form, you start at the very top. So company you're working for, marksman vegetation, incident date and time. Well, I guess we'll just say pick now. And you also have the option of doing the report date and time. So you could do a form today, even if, let's say, a near miss occurred yesterday. But for the purpose of this form, we'll just say that it all happened right now. Report completed by myself. We'll say John was the manager in charge of this incident. Client, go with Husky Energy. Region, Lloydminster, subregion for Ness. Job number 1073. Excuse me, specific area affected. So if we did a near miss for, let's say we tripped on a hose and you got a little scrape, little ouchie boo boo, then you could say, I guess we'd just say knee. We'll say you scraped your knee. Job affected by incident. Say no. Task being performed. So your JHA. So this would be whatever you were doing when you hurt yourself. If you were filling your truck up, or you were mixing your herbicide in with your tank. So we'll just say we were hand spraying herbicide, and we tripped over a hose. General description of incident: hand spraying, tripped over hose, and scraped knee. Was an employee affected by incident? We'll say no, not really. Was the contractor involved? No. Was emergency services required? No. Near miss. So I'll just reiterate what I've already said. Substandard actions. This is something that would have caused you to trip over the hose. We can say improper placement of the hose. Go back to the next page. Substandard conditions. So what was, what could be, what kind of led to it? So we'll say congestion or restricted area. So if you were spraying a small site, maybe you had too much hose unwound from your hose reel, then you'd have too much hose laying around for the the size of the area that you're in. Completed documents. So this form you might enter something here if let's say you did have a personal injury. Then you might need a medical report or a WCB workers report for workers comp. But for near miss, you don't really need any forms. Immediate action taken. So we can say we filled out a near miss to bring up awareness regarding improper placement of hose. And after that, we just click our button in the top right corner and we send her in.